Bad news. Tinubu in serious trouble as a U.S. judge moved to expose untold secret about election tribunal judgment. Wow. Something is going to happen here. So this Tinubu and Atiku's case in the U.S. is going to take multi-dimensional turn if care is not taken. But let's dive into the details straight up. What is the U.S. judge going to say? A former aide to Nigeria's former President Goodluck Jonathan, Mr. Jackson Ude, has unveiled a startling revelation regarding the United States judicial system. Judge Nancy Maldonado of the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, has recently obtained copies of a judgment from Nigeria's Presidential Election Petition Tribunal that upheld the election's victory of Bola Tinubu, a prominent Nigerian politician. Judge Maldonado's interest in the judgment stems from allegations of irregularities and doubts surrounding the legitimacy of Tinubu's presidential election victory. It was Mr. Ude who initially raised concern, asserting that the election was marred by irregularities and should be considered a sham. Okay, so he claims that Tinubu's victory was not based on a fair electoral process, and he hopes that U.S. legal scrutiny will shed light on the matter. To delve into the details, Judge Maldonado initiated the process by formally requesting certified true copies of the judgment from the appeal court via the U.S. Embassy in Abuja. However, it appeared that officials at the appeal court were uncooperative and engaged in delaying tactics, refusing to release the requested document. The situation took an unexpected turn when a source within the appeal court discreetly obtained a copy of the judgment and handed it over to a U.S. Embassy official. Now, the covert exchange reportedly took place, with the judgment documents being dispatched via a Lufthansa flight to Chicago on Thursday night. These documents are then delivered to Judge Maldonado via FedEx the following morning. Mr. Jackson Ude's post on X read, Judge Nancy Maldonado of the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, has requested and received copies of the judgment of the 7-member petition tribunal, Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judges that affirmed a sham presidential election of Bola Tinubu. Judge Maldonado had taught the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, through the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, requested for certified true copies from the appeal court to study the judgment of the Election Petition Tribunal. Officials at the appeal court started playing delay tactics, refusing to release copies of the judgment. However, a source at the appeal court sneaked out a copy and handed to a U.S. Embassy official, which was routed through a Lufthansa flight to the Chicago last night. That was on Thursday night. So Judge Maldonado has now received the certified true copy of the Nigerian appeal court judgment through FedEx this morning and currently studying them to help her in her judgment, which is expected on Monday. Judge Maldonado's decision to review the certified true copy of the judgment Nigerian appeal court's judgment has sent shockwaves throughout the international legal community. Her meticulous examination of this document is believed to be a crucial step towards clarifying the legitimacy of Bola Tinubu's presidential election victory. This revelation comes at a crucial juncture as Judge Maldonado is expected to issue her judgment on Monday. Bam, bam. Not be smart, So now the judge has now received a certified true copy of the tribunal judgment from Nigeria. We know that the judge in the U.S. has no right to say the judgment in Nigeria is true or not. He's just going to see discrepancies in it that will give him more insight into giving his her own judgment, which is expected on Monday. And I'm sure the key thing she's going to look at is probably the conclusion of the judgment and the timelines for appealing the judgment at the Supreme Court and what will be required to deliver, whether the PDP will be allowed to use that CSU record at the petition at the Supreme Court. Those are things she wants to verify before she will know whether she will uphold the lower court judgment or not in the U.S. The court judgment Gilbert that instructed CSU to release the document before Tinubu's lawyers appealed it, and they stayed action. So actually, those are the things I think she wants to look at to be able to know whether she should sustain the judgment or give a different judgment against that judgment. So that is exactly what is happening in the U.S. Jackson Uday has actually written this. I remember that Jackson Uday also wrote 2 days ago, or yesterday, 2 days ago, about how FBI record will, expose Tinubu's name and all his convictions and sentences in the U.S. And I think in that document I saw that Tinubu's name formerly was what they call what is his name, Aloba or something like that. So he has a name, a Yoruba name that Shangodele, I think Aloba Shangodele or something like that. That Imoda. So yes, Imoda Shangodele. That is the name he bore before. So Jackson Uday is, I don't know how he's getting all this information. They look very, very discreet, and I just hope that they also be useful. Okay, it's not going to be easy on Tinubu, I tell you. A man of that age is involved in several fraudulent and criminal activities. And now, rather than playing a very good old age man, as another statesman, he's rather defending his personality and integrity in the public space. Quite an unfortunate situation. So that is what Jackson Uday is writing here, that I'm sure Judge Nancy Maldonado is going to look through all of this election petition tribunal judgment from Nigeria, and then extract whatever she wants to extract from it, and then release her own judgment, which is expected to be on Monday. So what is going to